Hey everybody, I have decided to start building a camper out of rigid foam for many reasons, which I'll go into here further along. You may remember a couple years ago, 2018, I took just a plain Jane 21-foot cargo trailer and converted that into a camper, and that was nice. We had a lot of fun with that, traveled around, had a great time with it. But recently, we went camping just in our little Subaru, Edna, the Subaru. Took her out and actually camped in the back of her, and it was kind of nice, the simplicity of it all, and the small size, lightweight, easy to get around and move around. So, kind of a thought about let's build something that maybe we can pull with the Subaru that'll give us just a little bit more space because it is kind of cramped back there. So. That's kind of my inspiration on getting all this started. For this one, we really wanted to keep this camper under 1,000 pounds. That's important if you're going to pull it with a small car, so that was our first consideration. The other one, I want it to be able to fit in the garage, as much for construction as for storage, but it'd be nice to keep it in there once in a while. But as far as building it, I'm going to need some time where I can let materials cure and things like that without being out in the elements, so that's important to me. So we had to make sure it was below 6'8", which is what our garage door opening is. Most of them are around 7 feet. Ours is a little shorter. Third criteria is I must be able to stand up inside without bumping my head too bad. My wife's short, but I'm a little taller, and I want to be able to stand up in here, so that's another challenge. Fourth thing, it must be aerodynamic. I want it to be able to cut through the air pretty well because, when you're pulling down the highway, that aerodynamic ability is just as important as the weight as far as what you can pull. So it's very important to have it streamlined. Last criteria is it needs to sleep 2 people and or actually a dog on the floor. So that's kind of what we're looking at as far as criteria. If you start an internet search for lightweight campers, the first thing that pops up, obviously, is the teardrop campers. And those are pretty cool, but they do not meet my criteria for being able to stand up. In fact, there's not even a place to put your wet shoes at the end of the day, so that one was initially ruled out. This next one's kind of cool, but it's got the pop-up roof. It's made out of canvas, and I just don't like how those get moldy over time. This one's pretty cool. It's got everything I want, except it doesn't fit in the garage. It's just too tall. Yeah, this one's really cool, but really it's just a tent. It doesn't really impress me that much, other than its looks. This one's just square boxy. There's no aerodynamics. It's just going to be a bugger to pull on the highway, so that's out. These A-frames, these are pretty cool. I've been in them, they like them, but I just think I want to build something. I think that'll just be cooler. So it took me about a year in my head of planning and scheming and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, but I was able to get all the parts and components put together in AutoCAD here, and able to kind of visualize the whole thing three-dimensionally and actually see what will happen, how things will fit together, and that sort of thing. It worked out pretty well. I've got the bed so it lays down at night to be a full bed. It's got a little mattress on it, and during the day it'll fold up and be like a couch, love seat sort of thing. I've got room for a small electric cooler, like a cooler fridge that's going to go in there. It's got a max fan that's going to go on the top there, and so give us some good ventilation, pretty decent windows, a little bit of shelving up front, and most importantly, room to stand up. It was pretty cool. What I did is actually lowered the frame on the floor a little bit, so there's a spot. It's only got about 4 inches of clearance, so you guys that like to go off-road with your campers, this one's not going to work for that. But for what I want it for, being aerodynamic, low to the ground, it should do absolutely fantastic on the expressway. In the next video, we will get started on the frame.